The question I want to ask is for you, like, how does conditions relate to um like your creation process? Like, how does it hinder you? Like, what is its role in your creation process? How does it hinder you? How does it interfere? And also, I would want to know, it's a two-part question. I want to know
Okay.
what are some examples of like conditions, you know, that you
So,
think are
yeah.
people. But the first question is like, what are conditions in relation to like creating your reality? Like, what is the role of conditions? Like, how do they interfere? Like, what how do they play a
Yeah.
factor? Yeah, I don't know if was the
I,
question.
I don't I don't care about them.
Mm,
I love them because they remind me not to think about details, to go into details of any situation, because the details, the conditions
yeah.
on their own, if you focus on them, you just stay there. You're just
Mm,
entering more and more into that reality that you don't want. And if you want, I mean, why did I assume always negative conditions? We always assume that they're negative.
yeah.
Okay. Um, if they're positive, then we get attached and we want them to stay as they are. Please don't change. So
Oh,
just
okay.
go with the flow of yourself. Just be eager to explore all of what you are, all of who you are. And
Yeah.
if you label some conditions as negative, you know that that's not who you are. So they're
Mm,
just showing you, oh, okay, so you're looking at yourself or your world, your reality, um, from the illusion, from the standpoint of lack. And
oh,
that's that. So you see something you don't like, okay, so it's not that, it's the opposite.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
They guide. They
They,
guide. For me,
yeah, they
they're
hide. Oh,
guides in a
yeah.
way.
Let's say I want to travel, go on a vacation abroad.
Okay.
And I tell myself, oh, I can't because of this condition, because I don't have enough money, I don't have enough this or that. Is that like, does it still relate to that? Like those conditions, those things, like you let them go? Is that what you mean too?
They're irrelevant because you're making them up in the moment.
Okay.
Okay? I mean,
Yeah.
I know it's a very Tom Karen thing because
Yeah.
when he says all the time to forget about the time, to to let go just a little bit of that belief in linear time, you will realize that even though, for example, you say, yeah, but I never had enough money, but I never, yeah, but the past and the present and the probable future go together. From
Mm,
one assumption, who do you say you are? If you say, well, I'm someone who can't travel because I usually lack money, or I don't know, there are some other things, documents, or I don't know what else. So you're that identity, and that
oh,
identity comes with the whole baggage of past, probable past, present, and how you see your future. Who knows when will I be able to travel, the way I want to. So
mm,
just to let go of that attachment, this is my past. My past made me who I am today. No, that's just one version of you. It's very detailed. It's very it's subtle because we
ooh,
we think we remember our past. Oh, but as Tom always say, oh, but look at this scar, look at this, I don't know, whatever. I
yeah. Like
remember
I
I
said,
fell down. Believe it or not, it doesn't matter, but you created in this moment. You entered that identity, that reality, but that's the past of that version of you. So letting go of all of that and being like, well, I created any moment. So I want to be, and I choose to be the version of me to whom these conditions are irrelevant. I mean, I got money. Not to be so focused and fixated on what you see and what you feel. And also it's tricky to, because we got used to thinking the memory, oh, I remember. No, you're remembering wrong.
Yeah,
You're remembering wrong if you're
that's the thing.
remembering from lack. You're
Mm,
remembering wrong. The only right memory and the only true memory is that you already are all that you want. That's why you wish for it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to think it. So
to
I'm
think
Karen.
about. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I love that answer so much. And
So
there's something you said that really like caught my attention. You said regardless of what you think or feel, or what you see or feel, like
yeah,
stay in that in that knowingness of what you are in the moment. And I was
that's
thinking, yeah, no, I was thinking
the
like,
miracle.
mm, no, you go on.
Oh, okay, okay. The before I forget about it, that's the miracle. We're wondering, okay, I want to create miracles. I want to have miracles in my life. That is the miracle, to see beyond what is seen, what you
Mm,
see. Oh, my wallet is empty. Go beyond that. It's
yes,
within. When you do that, even though you see a different thing in front of you, you're doing a miracle, and it
you know,
has to follow
yeah,
that.
wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I love that you answered that because I feel like that's one a place where so many people get stuck. In a way, it's a
Okay.
condition. It's a condition. So like, oh, I have to see it first. I have to feel it first.
Yeah.
So people wait to see it, like they don't really um know it internally. And I feel like knowing it is without needing to see it or feel it is like it's empowering in a way.
Yeah, because we tend to still believe that we need to work hard, and we have so many now, content
Hey,
creators, teachers,
yes.
that they want to validate their own path. One of the path that they remember that was
Mm,
probably hard. Fine, we all go through many things, and that's
yeah.
okay because there are infinite versions of ourselves. So we can remember so many of the things. And as I said, we can remember hard times.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are experiences, real experiences. You can feel all the things, the pain, the suffering, yes. But when you do the miracle from within and remember who you are, you can realize that you just don't see it the way you used to. And it's not just about the perspective. You're becoming more together with all the versions that you remember. You're
Mm.
becoming more of who you really are.
Oh wow, yeah.
And it's just not complicating things, the techniques, the processes, and
Yeah.
what is the next most popular thing. But to realize that I'm not doing anything anymore. I mean, I used to meditate like crazy. I used to do writing down things and whatnot, but
Yes.
I can't do it anymore. I just
I,
can't.
I I
I
used to do
put that, yeah, I put that as a condition. I gotta be like a good student, you know? I gotta
that.
do things so the universe sees how good I am.
Wow.
Please. I just thought, you know what? No, thank you. I can't. It was too tiring. And then I was like, I don't care about that title, good student, good manifester. I don't care. I just want to live my life the way
Mm,
I want to live it. And to realize that I deserve all that I want because otherwise I wouldn't even want it,
mm. I
you
love that.
know?
Yeah. No, I love that you brought up needing to like have all these like techniques and like
Yeah.
yeah, because like um the irony of it is that and I actually made a video about this today. The irony of it all is that like every time you try to raise your vibration, like you said, you stay in the time frame of trying. So
Yeah.
that's what you're creating. You're creating a reality where you're constantly trying, like to raise
Yeah.
your still raising. Eventually, one day you would be there, and it's like So it's almost like counterproductive when you're like constantly trying to be calm or trying to like learn new meditation techniques and everything. So yeah,
It's
no.
a never-ending rabbit hole.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, you're just making more work to do on yourself by telling that it's not enough. It's not enough when you were more than enough and perfect to begin with. And you are, even if you complicate and overcomplicate your life.
Mm.
You know, it's just that simple realization that seems so simple. I understand why people even laugh and don't understand at first, Tom, and get a little bit aggressive, right, with him, because it's like, what? Just assume it? Yeah, right. You know, just assume it, and that's it. Oh yeah, you don't know how hard my life was. This, not just year, but my whole life.
Wow.
And we all want to fight for that because we learned that without struggle, we're not valuable.
Yes.
We're
That
not worthy without struggle, right?
wow.
So it's like, it's too easy. What? You're just born and, well, you're good enough?
Just there. And it's so
Yeah.
crazy. I think that's what makes it like so hard. Also, the same thing happened to me. I felt like when I started listening to like Bashar, Tom
Yeah.
Carey, when they're like, just just be it. And it's like, what do you mean, just be it? Like,
Exactly.
oh, like because I felt like there was just so many. The evidence was so much in my mind that like I'm obviously not. It's like look at this thing, look at this, and look at. I thought like there was somewhere I was supposed to go where I am not right now, and yeah, like I kind of had to, like we said, conditions. I kind of had to let go of the idea that like, oh, there are just conditions I must meet before I can be there and all that.
Yeah. I
So no,
just want to say something. I'm going to
oh yeah,
forget
go
it. I
ahead.
can feel it.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Remember when we were kids?
Oh
So
yeah.
when we were kids,
Mhm.
you're never asking yourself, like, how am I going to play this role that I want to play now? You just do it.
Just
And you
exactly.
just enter the role. You forget about who you really are, right? You just
Yeah.
enter the role. You're just playing.
Wow. Yeah, that's true.
You never ask how, because, oh, we are now grown-ups, whatever that means. We are now grown-ups. We need to be serious. We need to, work hard.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I did that. I suffered. No, thank you. I realized that's not.
No, that's that is 100% true.
Yeah.
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 Honestly, I want to ask one. Hold on. Let me. I think I need to put on the light.
Yeah.
Yes, a little bit
I
dark.
still I still have I still have the sun
Yeah, I
and
can. Oh, you're an hour ahead of me, and you still having the
yeah,
sun. That
yeah,
wow.
summer.
Like, is Rome like is Rome hot right now?
Boiling.
Wow, what's the weather like in Celsius? Because I don't know
It's
Fahrenheit.
very, very hot. It's, I don't
What?
know how much is it now, 35, 6, but it's
What?
yeah, you can't really breathe.
That's
I'm a little bit dying here.
how are you surviving? Wow.
Now, I don't know. I also a little bit like it. I like the heat because you're too exhausted to overthink. So like you just have to be positive,
True,
or you're gonna just
true,
dehydrate.
true, true. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh, let me remember what yeah, I wanted to ask, like, so when you're staying in your beingness, like, how do you manage to still stay in the knowledge of who you are, even though the things like are not showing up? Like, I feel like there's an initial stage where it feels like you're not seeing the things yet. Like, how do you still stay in that? How do you not get distracted, or how do you not um I don't
Yeah.
know what it is. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Lose
How do you not fall into
lose the
this?
focus.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because I know that the moment I asked myself and tried to find the proof, I'm not it. I'm not being it. I'm not in my end. So I'm not even trying to find any proof to prove to myself, because I know that the proof is me. If I
Wow.
say it's here, then it's here. And if I try to look for it and find it and see it, then I'm saying it's not here. So in that instant, I moved, I shifted.
Oh wow.
So yeah,
Yeah,
I
no, do
mean,
you want to say something? Okay.
it was nothing smart. That's it.
Oh no, like I love what you said about the proof. Like you don't need proof because you are the proof. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's the word, like always looking for some proof. I love that.
Yeah, that I figured, I mean, that wasn't a long time ago that I figured that out. Listening to Tom helped me the most. I mean, I mentioned that I read so many books and watched so many videos, but none of it was all search. I was trying to understand. And then when I saw his videos, for me, he was the best, because it spoke to me, those things, that it's so simple. Just don't water down your power, who you are. Don't water it down. Don't try to be like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna try to stay positive before I see some change out there." And oh my God, if I had one thought, one negative thought, I failed this day.
Yeah.
you know, because that's also a belief in linear time. So I'm just trying to remind myself the most. Um, for me, the most important thing is actually that, not to try to search for and try to see the proof anywhere, to hear for it, to see it. I don't care. The signs, I don't care about the signs, because they come after. That means already I'm shifted. I'm in that reality I want, or better said,
Mm,
I already am that identity. Therefore,
yeah.
I'm in that new
Wow.
reality. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's almost like it's like a pilot flying with their instruments instead of like the window. Like when
Yeah.
pilots, yeah, they use their instrument. They don't need to see what's outside. They just like use their
Yeah,
instrument. But it feels like, wow,
exactly.
I love that.
That was really good. Yes, exactly like that.
Fly with your instrument. You said something about like even when you have negative beliefs, and I feel like that is so real because I think sometimes we have, and I experience this a lot. Like maybe you have like a negative feeling or belief or something, and you're like, oh, I messed up. And it's almost like you feel that your beingness cannot exist in the same place, a negative belief. And I think what I found is it is possible for you, even though you have a negative belief, it can still exist. It doesn't change the fact that like you are still
Yeah.
the being. So you don't even need to necessarily get rid of the negative.
No, don't do that.
Yes, because
That
it
that
doesn't
you
mean
you
that-
want to struggle, do that, please.
yeah, yes.
Try to get rid of the negative thoughts. No, I mean, they don't create, not like that. They are the creation. They
Mm,
are the response of who you say you are, of that identity. So it doesn't matter, because you're shifting constantly. So if
yeah.
you pick up on some thoughts that are either doubtful or fearful, it doesn't matter. Just
Mm,
sit in it.
yes. And
Do something, whatever, not to try to get rid of them, but just, it doesn't matter. I mean, I am who I say I am no matter what. It doesn't matter what I think, because I can be the richest person on planet and I can still, I don't know, it can come the thought, oh my God, what if I lose everything?
true. It
It
doesn't
doesn't
change.
matter, it doesn't
Yeah.
change.
No, it doesn't change that.
Oh,
Yeah.
so just remember that any identity has every thought. It can just,
Mm,
because you're constantly moving, you're never in one place, so to
but,
speak.
wow. No,
So
I
it
love
doesn't matter what you think and what you feel, really. You can go into those details, but you're gonna lose yourself in those details. Just to remember in every moment, oh, it doesn't matter. I mean, I still am who I want to be, so it
yeah.
doesn't matter.
Mm. Yeah, no, I love that so much. Let's get to the second question.
Okay.
Yeah, the second question. It's about intuition and
Okay.
feeling like your higher mind. And I feel like a lot of people struggle with knowing like what is the voice of their intuition? Like what does that even sound like? And
The
so
intuition.
yes, and like how can they distinguish, oh, this is my intuition, my higher mind, what is that voice? Like what is that? Like how do you know like it's the voice of your intuition and not something else? Like
If it's coming from fulfillment, then yeah, it's that. If it's coming from lack, then it's ego, the thought of separation. If it
hmm,
suggests the separation, that you got to do something, or I got to do something, um, if it suggests the struggle, for example, it's the ego. The intuition, and you can get also those inspired thoughts that are also, as they say, the part of intuition is just whatever you do. It doesn't matter what you do when you're coming from fulfillment. So you're not trying, as long as you're not trying to make something happen from
hmm,
lack and fear not to have that or lose a chance or opportunity, it's all good. I mean,
oh,
the intuition, I used to think about it a lot, but now I just don't separate anything. I am. If it's either I am or I'm not. They're all just two choices. I am or I'm not.
okay.
So if it's coming from, yeah, it's all done, I already am that, I already have it, cool. Then whatever comes to my mind that I should do, I do it. And it's always the good thing, well, the good unfolding.
Hmm.
And if I'm thinking, oh, I gotta do this, otherwise, I don't know if this will even happen. What is the right choice? What is the right thing that I should do? It doesn't matter. You can do the best thing you can think of in that moment. The result won't be what you expected because you're coming from lack and fear and doubts.
No,
So it's
that's
not the action. And when you think too much, it's just confusion, adding more to the techniques, even to what to think, what is the right thing, what is that voice. It's your voice. It's just one voice. If it's from fulfillment, it's the intuition, if you want to call it that way. If it's from lack, it's ego. And
it's
that's it.
ego. I love that. I love that answer so much. I feel like one way I can describe what you're saying is like imagining like let's say you had
Mm.
everything you need, like what would be the choice? And I feel like it would be very clear to you because the lack wouldn't be the lack wouldn't exist. You would I don't know if that makes sense. Like
Yeah, yeah, it
yes,
makes perfect sense.
yeah, like
Yeah,
from a place of abundance. Like
it's
if
just a choice then,
it's just
you
a
know?
choice. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
just a choice.
That's
Then you
beautiful.
just choose, okay, I want to do this today. I want to go there today. It's just a choice because it is just a choice. So this was a perfect example because it's you already have it all. What do you want to do now? Who you want
Which
to
would
be now?
oh okay. Without the
Yeah.
aspect of fear or like yeah.
Just don't go too into details. I
Okay.
was that person. I mean, I was detailing the details because I really wanted to understand everything. And then I just confused myself
Yes.
so much. And it was chaotic. How to
Mm,
differentiate this, that, what is this and that? What should I do? How to see, understand? I am
yeah,
or I'm not. That's it. It's a choice.
mm.
It's
I
a
feel
very simple choice.
yeah. I feel like another like nuanced aspect was that like at some points I started being afraid of making the wrong choice. I started being afraid of not following my higher mind because I used to feel like, oh, then I would not get punished, but like,
Yeah, karma.
bad things would
It'll
happen.
get you. It'll get you. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And like I feel like that made it even like worse uh for me in a sense. So like
Yeah.
yeah, it was like almost like this complex thing. I think when I the change I made was realizing that like regardless of whatever choice I make, I am still love, I am still source, I am still my highest self. And I think that helped to some degree. Um
Yeah.
like release the pressure from intuition and
Yeah, you can't even say that the experience doesn't exist, the karma and everything, because you create it.
you
You create that experience. So even when if someone would tell me like, "Oh, but I had this experience," and I believe you because you made it real. It's not
mm,
that that doesn't exist. You breathe
you're
life
and
into that experience with your beliefs, or who you say you are, your decisions, your choices. If you
mm,
want to overcomplicate your life, you're going to get those experiences. If you want to make it simple, it's all up to you. The
wow.
rules are yours in your world.
Mm, no, that's
Man,
true.
that was really deep.
Yeah, I know it was actually. And I feel like there's another thing from it's like a segue from intuition and it's about excitement. And what I want to ask is there's people that always say like when the conversation of like following your passion and excitement comes up,
Yeah.
people that will always say, but I don't know how to find my passion. I don't know what my excitement is. What would you say is the solution if someone is like doesn't know what their passion or excitement is, but they want to find it? How do they go about that?
You won't find it if you search for it. Not
Mm,
like that. And if you say, I can't find it, I don't have it. Okay. I mean, that's the
okay.
answer. Your reality is just giving you that answer. Okay. Can't
Oh wow.
find it. You can't find it. There's something more to search for. So get out of that identity, meaning it's paradox. So don't try to put logic to it and just say, well, I mean, first of all, I am that passion. I am that love. I am that passion. So it's gonna come out and I'm gonna know. I mean, I
Wow.
already know, so it's just gonna be noticeable to me.
Wow.
It will come to me. I'll see it somewhere, something that will inspire me. I am that inspiration alone. So when I let go of that trying to find my passion, I'll actually find it because it's not lost. It's
Mm,
within me this whole time, but it's invisible to me because uh, we see only 0.0001% of all that we are, and your beliefs and your assumptions hide, conceal
wow.
everything else. So you just see teeny tiny bit of yourself that you even say, I don't know, I don't see it. I don't know where to find it. I'm not fulfilled. I don't know what my passion is. I don't know what to do in my life. And you're gonna get that more and more confirmed
More
and
and
confirmed because you continue to assume that and you
more. Wow.
make it real. Yeah, and you're not living the truth. That's not the truth because it's unfulfillment, obviously. So you're living a lie, literally, when you're saying that you're not something.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. No, I love that. What your answer reminds me of. Have you seen this movie Soul?
Oh my God, yes, I love it.
Yes. Like
Yes.
I feel like that was the takeaway from that movie from me was like um just your passion is just like living life like towards the
Yeah.
end. Yeah. Like when
He tried to please also a lot
yes.
of people, and you see it's not working because
Exactly.
no
Yeah.
one is outside of you. So you're literally just getting hit back with that
Yeah.
I want to please, I want to see that I am,
Mm.
worthy enough of your time, money, if it's whatever you
Also,
want to do.
do you think that like that's something that like makes it hard to quote unquote find your passion? Like,
What?
maybe yeah, like maybe what you're looking for is really just people to please. And so maybe that it might be hard for you. That might be making it hard for the person to find their passion. Maybe,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's something that, because I used to play first the violin, then viola, and I lost my love for it when in that industry you get caught into pleasing first your professors, then the
Wow.
audience, and then you wait a minute, why did I start playing? I
Mm,
mean,
like
I
result
loved it.
again. Yeah.
Yeah, now what? I'm doing it for them to get a good vote, or I don't know, the applause. So
Yeah.
you just don't get that pleasure anymore if you're doing it for others from that standpoint, that you
Oh,
want to, you know, see the smile on other people's face, to recognize your own worth.
wow. Yeah.
You don't get that. You get that naturally. You see your own light in others, because we're all one. So you
Yeah.
see that, you just see that shining just by you doing what you love. When you
Mm,
stop doing that, when you start doing just to survive or just to please others, I mean, you're
yeah.
gonna,
Wow. Yeah. No, first of all, I actually didn't know that you played the violin and viola.
yeah,
That's crazy. Wow. So
yeah,
you're a musician too. Wow. I didn't know. I didn't know.
yeah, do a lot of things.
Wow. That's very, but
Yeah.
yeah, like I completely agree with that. Like, and you also kind of lose the fun of like the process. You're like focused on the end result. So yeah, that's the answer actually.
Yeah, if it doesn't make you happy, it's not worth it, because not others will feel that, because the others are you. So you're just gonna reflect that unsatisfaction and be like, okay, so and
Wow.
I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Why it's not working? Well, because you're not fulfilled. You're not feeling that. You're not happy. You're not doing what you love. It's all reflection. That's why it's the amazing question. I love that question. Like, what would you do even for free? That's your passion. What would you do even for free? Writing. For me, it was writing. I could do it all day, every day. It's like breathing for me. That's
Hmm.
it. Money doesn't inspire it. So, oh my God, I'm going to do that so I can, do
Yeah,
whatever, buy whatever. No, I'm doing it because I just have to do it because it feels so good.
that's another thing that like I also realized, and I realized it this year, which is I kind of forgot that the thing you're passionate about, like you're supposed to get something out of the process in terms of like it's supposed to make you happy. Like I kind of forgot that like oh it's supposed to make you happy like doing the thing like even though like no one is watching, you're not going to get anything. Like you can
Yeah.
still do it because you're getting something of the process. It's not just about like the end results. Like you're getting
It's
some.
never about the end result. Even those, all the things that I've done so far and that I enjoy doing, and when it's done, it's like, okay, next thing. It was the whole journey. Now that
Yeah.
okay, more. What is there more that I can do that I enjoy more to write? I write one story and it's like, okay, done. It was all in the writing, and
Wow.
then when I finish it, that's it. What's
That,
next?
wow.
And
No, I
I
love.
believe that even when you write, and while you're writing, it just stays, all that feeling, it stays in whatever you do, it stays in it. That whole process is felt and seen, so you can't go wrong with that. You just can't go wrong.
No, no, and
Yeah,
I see that in your writing too. Like I just see you write like you really enjoy the process.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, like
otherwise I wouldn't do it, because sitting, especially if it's so hot, I wouldn't be doing that.
with the crazy 35 degrees. Like yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
wouldn't be doing that if I don't love it.
Wow. Yeah, no.
That's why even when you see something or someone, for example, even Tom, oh my God, you're posting every day. I saw some comments. Oh, practically sacrificing for us. Like, no,
Mm.
you don't feel that. You don't feel anything that is
Mm.
hard when it's passion. And you could be doing more than someone that is just trying to make money or trying to please someone else, you know? You could
I
be doing
love,
so much more. You don't feel
yeah.
that.
Mm. I honestly, I love what you just said so much. Like the aspect of like hard work, like because I
Yeah.
feel like so many people see like, um, you know, like streamers or certain people that make sense, and they're like, oh, this is like such hard work, but it's not hard work for them because like
No.
they enjoy it. There's this person that he wanted to be a streamer, right? And he wanted to be a streamer because like he saw the money and the fame and everything that other streamers were getting, and he was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
why?" So he started, and he came back, and he was like, "Oh, this is actually very hard." And at that moment, I realized that like, no, it's not. It's hard because you don't care about it. It's like you don't really love it. Like you just want the what comes after it and like the other people. So like when you spoke about hard work, like that came to mind.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. It
yeah.
looks like the hard work, but
It's just
it,
it's not.
yeah, if you love it, if it's your passion, you're not thinking of it.
Mm. Yeah, I wanted to say something to like and it was in relation to I think the first question, but
Hmm.
and now I remember. It's about being in the thing that you want to be, like just being in your abundance, being in that state, and pretending to be in that state. One of the things I used to do a lot was that like I would hear people like, Tom Karen or Bashar or like they would be like, oh, you have to be the thing. You have to be in your abundance. Stop seeking, be it. And so what I would do is I'll say, okay, I would pretend to be it, thinking I can like trick the universe. But in essence, what I was doing was I was still expecting something to happen. Like I
Yeah.
was still like I was still in the state of expectancy. Like I want something to happen.
Waiting.
Yeah, I was still waiting. Yeah, so like what do you think about that? Like the difference between like actually being and pretending to be.
I mean, pretending it's not wrong, but
Mm.
pretending, I mean, you're constantly pretending,
Okay,
right?
okay, that
It's the act. It's just we misunderstood that part that, oh, pretend. So, I feel like I'm faking everything. Well, I mean, yeah, if you feel that way, then sure, you're going to create that experience. But maybe the difference, it's not in the words, it's how you approach being is just a decision. It's just,
mm,
okay, I'm that, and nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. I said I am that. I've got
okay.
money, enough for everything that I want, and more than enough.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's it. So it doesn't matter what thoughts I have, it doesn't matter how I feel. If I wake up and I don't know, I remember that I am not rich, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter, you know?
Oh
It
yeah.
doesn't matter. Like, oh, it's just yeah, that's one version of me. But I'm not that
Mm,
version of me anymore. I'm not living there anymore. I
mm.
am someone who has money more than enough.
Okay,
And
that's
not putting any pressure on that and to try to convince yourself. Don't try to convince yourself. That's where the pretending it feels
ah
fake.
like you're still trying to do some.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I don't have to do anything for it because I already have it.
Mm.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be even able to think about it or desire it.
Oh wow.
So, since it's already mine, fine. It's just
Yeah.
that. It's so simple. You don't
Yeah.
have to do anything. That's where it kills all the
Yeah.
techniques, you know?
Yeah.
You
That's
don't have to do anything. You don't have to earn it. You don't have
oh.
to do anything. The universe is you. So if
Mm.
you try to also separate yourself from, oh, something out there magical is going to bring me the money I want so much. So I'm trying to. Am I pretending well? Is it
Yeah,
good enough? Did I
that's how I
convince you? You know, did I convince you that I can be rich?
that's how I used to feel all the time. I'll be like,
I mean, me
well, am I
too. I
doing
did
well
all of it. I
enough?
did all of it. I mean,
Yeah,
it was like, this feels so fake. I mean, I convinced myself that I've got for nothing. So thank you. This technique is weird.
yeah, no. You know,
And then just
yeah,
stop trying to
you know,
convince yourself.
it's funny. Like when you said pretending is not bad, I kind of realized that you're when you do, you're also in a way pretending to wait. Like you're pretending to need to convince yourself to. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay. There's one more question.
Okay.
Yeah, since it's almost time, and I feel like I feel like I should have brought up this question earlier because
Ah,
it's an interesting question.
perfect.
And let me see. Um, okay, it's about perception,
Mm.
like perception. You spoke about it in one of your Substack posts.
Hmm.
The idea of perception, like how does perception and perspective, like what is its role in terms of creating our reality and our identity and things like that? Like what is the role of perception in creating our reality?
It's literally what creates everything. How you
Mm,
see yourself is how you will experience the entire world.
wow. Okay.
If, and again, it's just two, from I am not, fulfillment, lack, separation. So
Mm,
the ego that everyone is also talking about, it's not a thing, it's not something. It's just the thought of separation that, ironically enough, without that thought, we wouldn't even be here. So
true.
without the thought of separation, we wouldn't be even able to have any kind of experience of ourselves.
Mm,
So the perspective is just to understand that you are everything already, it's done, and not be afraid to, first of all, ask for what you want from yourself, because you're practically giving it to yourself. If
mm,
you allow yourself to be it, it's your gift to you. So the perspective, that the highest perspective that you can have of yourself and the world is, I already am, it already is, that's it. And
okay.
from there, the linear time will not be an issue anymore. Any kind of conditions, just remember that you are adding those conditions, and with all those conditions, you're just entering other perspectives that are just other part. I'm not, from the
Okay.
ego, and that's it. Just I am not. Fulfillment, lack.
Mm,
So everything else is the middle. Everything else is
yeah,
just creating the context for the identity that you choose to be. And there is just one. You already are.
you
Everything else is just so you can experience yourself, because without knowing who you are not, you cannot know who you are. So
are.
here there are like a gazillion laws you can choose
No,
from. The law of assumption, the law of attraction, there are like so many. None of them are also important so much, because you're just entering into those details, and you're forgetting to
yeah.
look from the main perspective. I already am everything. Just to remember that I am. That can be the only technique, the only uh, mantra, whatever. I am.
I am. Oh yeah.
I just have two choices. I could see myself only from through two perspectives in reality. Everything else is just in details, not
Detail.
important. I am not.
Mm.
That's it. Two lenses. One is illusion that helps you figure out who you really are
Wow.
already and all the time.
Mm. Wow. No, I love that answer. Um,
Yeah.
you said something. You said something. You said law of attraction. I kind of want to know. This is just a second part question. I was.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, it was okay in the beginning when I didn't know about anything else to find out. And Abraham Hicks, they were like probably the first ones that I was listening to. So law of attraction, okay, but it was too much work. At the
Oh, wow.
moment I realized it was the effort to, oh my God, they're talking about the thoughts are manifesting and all of that. They are great. I love Abraham. But after realizing so much more, it would be like feeling like going back.
Going back, yeah, yeah.
It to me, it's irrelevant. So uh, there are still holes in all of that explanation that leave you into, oh my God, so I can't think of this, I'm gonna attract this. Oh, I attract all of this into my life? And it's very linear also,
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
true.
it's very linear explanation, that it's like I'm a magnet now, and from this point of view, who is entering my life, what is happening now, I'm responsible, what am I attracting, what kind of people. And also it's almost
Already
as if,
work.
yeah, it's very fixed, and as if one person or myself, that I am that there's just one version of myself, that or others, and that we can either be better or worse.
That's
So
true.
it was very, very linear. um Great for the beginning. In that point,
Mhm.
it was okay, but the more I realized, the more I've learned, it will be like going back.
Going back.
And yeah, because
Mm.
everyone is just a reflection of you, but there is no attracting
Yeah, I feel like even the
it's
word,
Hmm?
you know, I feel like even the word attract is like very like you said, is linear. It implies lack in a way.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they talk about the river, so still
Mhm.
very linear,
Yeah.
you know, when it's actually you're in the middle. In your world, you're in the middle,
Hmm.
and whatever you awaken from within, whoever you say you are, is
Yeah.
just going to reflect.
No need to attract. Yeah, like I feel that. I feel the same way even about the idea of manifestation is very much linear in the sense that like you're trying to get something you lack, right? It's like,
Yeah, and still there is waiting. There is that period. It
yeah,
all gives you that period of time,
yeah.
waiting to attract, to manifest. And the great answer from I forgot who. Someone said it. Oh, the question was, how long should I wait? How long should I wait for something to manifest? How long is an instant?
Hmm. Oh wow.
It's not about time, it's about awareness.
Yeah. Wow.
Awareness of what? Can you be aware of yourself already having it, that you already have it all, not just that what you want, but you're everything. And we usually people go always straight to some negative things. Oh, so I'm also the negative? No. There is no negative. That is the illusion.
Yeah.
You can have a pretty good experience there.
Hmm.
Okay? You can have really interesting experiences if you go that way, but no matter how real it may seem, it's an illusion. It's living a lie, because
Oh
it's
wow.
all from separation and all from lack and fear and all of that that serves its purpose only if it teaches you how not to suffer,
Hmm.
not to
That's
look that way. That's the only purpose. If you walk that path and you can constantly struggle, it doesn't serve the purpose. You're just complicating your experience, and it doesn't do anything. It doesn't teach you anything. You don't have to learn anything. If there's anything that could be learned here, is that suffering is never the answer. It does not make you
So,
more worthy or anything. It's just an experience that it's not doing anything, except it's great if you finally realize from it that it's not doing anything good, meaning that
yeah.
you're just not going anywhere with it.
And I also love the fact that you said that, like, even the idea of negativity is just an illusion. Because one thing I always try to come back to is I always try to tell myself that um, there is nothing that can possibly exist that is separate from love. And that always kind of like helps me with like the illusion of negativity. So I love that you mentioned that too.
Yeah, it doesn't. If it doesn't look loving, it's not the truth.
Yeah, no, I love
Yeah,
that.
I love Abdullah. There are no videos of him, obviously. I mentioned to you. I maybe even sent you a
Yeah,
video of Neville
yeah.
mentioning Abdullah.
I think the video you sent to me was, which I absolutely loved, was he and Neville Goddard. I think Neville
Yeah,
wanted to see his brother in Barbados.
yeah.
Yeah,
But him, his teacher was amazing. I wish I had for everything someone like him, because he was like, what? Oh, you're fighting for your limitations? Closes the door in front of
yeah.
you. I'm not gonna listen to that. Your excuses why you think you can't do something. Like, I
Wow,
don't
yeah,
care.
yeah. Like is that that I loved that story so much because it was like
Yeah.
he kept saying you are in Barbados. You are not.
Yeah,
The thing is, I felt Neville Goddard's frustration. I felt it's like,
me
what are you
too.
doing? Well, like I'm in New York. I'm here. Like
Yeah.
I love that.
And the fact when he said, but I will not find the plane, whatever was the problem in the moment. And he was, how can you still talk about going when you already are in Barbados?
Oh,
Like,
I
will
love
you
that.
stop?
Wow.
He was not listening.
Hey, I feel like I hope I took too much of your time. I know you said eight.
No, this was amazing. I only now see what time it is.
Yeah, I noticed and I felt bad a little bit that I might have taken out of your time.
No, no, it was. Oh my God. I mean,
That's,
come on.
yeah. Okay,
It's just we have audio, right?
yes, we do. Like thank God
There
we
were
do.
so many deep moments. Please don't lose them.
No, 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 we haven't. Um,
Kidding.
yeah.
Kidding. It was amazing. Thank you for this so much.
Oh no, thank you for agreeing to be here. Like this was so fun,
Yeah.
and there's so many things I learned. One of the very interesting things was you play violin a lot. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm not playing
a-
it. Well,
among other
maybe.
things. Yeah,
Yeah, for years now, but I
yeah,
have.
but yeah, no, I enjoyed this very much. I
Me
know.
too.
Yeah, like would you be down to do this again maybe next week or
I don't know about next week, but soon I will be writing you when will I have
okay,
time.
tell me
But
anytime at all.
absolutely no,
Anytime.
we're doing this again for sure. This is
Oh
way
yeah.
too fun, and I mean I can't wait to listen to it because I already forgot what I was talking.
And no, 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 no. Like we said, I don't think we went over an hour, which is crazy.
Really?
Yes, we did. We
Well,
went over.
yeah, we started 7.
Yeah, we went over an
Oh my.
hour. It's crazy because like I literally still feel like so much that to talk about, but like yeah,
No, when you said 5 minutes, I was like, that is the only thing that is impossible.
no,
Let's
definitely.
talk about these deep things for 5 minutes.
But
Yeah, sure.
yeah,
Okay.
no, thank you again, and I had a great time.
Thank you.
I'll
This was amazing.